Hold on, no complaining about. We started singing and
And before I start, I need you to look at my notes though, because otherwise you won't understand what I'm doing here. I don't know about you, but when I understand these mentally, but to put them into practical, real life thing, that's a challenge. So I'm going to try to help you today figure out how we can do that. And one way is just to open up your curriculum guide. Because in your curriculum guides are questions, and we call those mastery application questions. I've been writing them for like 4 years now, right, Liz? And those questions are in pretty much every objective throughout the curriculum guide. And they are all kinds of questions. There are, you'll see a Q, and those are questions. There are Bloom's taxonomy, there are all kinds of questions. There is an I, that means integrating questions, and that means bringing the real life. If we don't do that, what are we doing then? So, and that goes right along with the national standard number 8. And then there is a C, and those are all creating questions. Very high-level thinking skill type questions, and we're getting students to create things. So that's how it's set up all the way through the curriculum guide with those questions. Today I'm going to lead you through an activity that is in grade 5. It's 1.1.M. We're going to move to the pulse in mixed meter. And these questions that you see at the bottom of that first page are the ones I'm going to put into the lesson. Okay, I'm going to try to put those into the lesson. I've got them written in my lesson plan, and I encourage you to do that too when you have figured out which activity you're going to do out of the curriculum guide. Pull just one of the questions out, put it in your lesson plan, and see if you can put it into what you're teaching. And then you've done it. And the more you do of it, the easier it gets, because that's how I started many years ago. I had a principal that helped me with questioning techniques, and that's what she said, start with one. And then you just keep building and building. Write it down. And you'll see I'll go to it so that I don't mess it up. Okay, the second page, it's just a general review of the types of questions that are put into the curriculum guide. There are, believe it or not, thousands of types of questions. The first one, I love this book. It's Creative Questions for Thinking for Themselves. And there are all types of questions. I've given you examples of how you can use those questions with music. And then the second section is designing for learning. There's 6 elements in constructive classrooms. I use quite a few questions, guiding questions, clarifying questions, that kind of thing. And then James Gallagher, he has other types of questions, the convergent, the divergent, the evaluative again, and then of course the Bloom's taxonomy. So those are, when you see the Q in the curriculum guide, it's from this kind of question, okay? Then the third page are some samples and strategies. More questions. But the ones in the box, those might be ones that you might want to add to your repertoire that you ask all the time. Well, what were they doing? You might want to say that. What were they doing? Explain that. Or what's next? They're going to predict what's next in the form, that kind of thing. These are questions that you can just put back in your repertoire, get used to asking them, because they are pretty much higher level thinking skill questions. Okay, so put your papers down, and we are going to do 5th grade pulse today in mixed meter. So, we have room to move. Walk around to the pulse. Stretch it out. Really move through that space. Lead with a part of your body, your shoulder, your back, your nose. I'm going to put an accent now. When you hear the accent, go ahead and clap on the accent, but continue walking the pulse. pulse in here, where do you see things in your daily life that keep a pulse? Clock. Okay, where else?
I had a student say the fire drill. Fire alarm went off.
Fire alarm.
Fire alarm.
Okay. All right. Anything else that keeps a pulse?
Turn signal in the car.
Okay.
Your doorbell sound is better.
Your doorbell. Okay, now have you seen or heard things in your daily life that are in duple? Or it could be at a faster tempo. Could be in slower tempo. Can you think of something in your life that you've seen or heard?
And someone gets hurt and they're hobbling along,
Shows get hurt.
you know, they're just kind of limping
Let's
along.
try that. Let's try that. All right. Anybody else? Good. Anyone else? Think of something that's in two.
My cat went first,
What
because
is
she
that?
breathes in and out on my lap. But you know how they breathe in and out when they first open?
All right.
That's short.
Has anybody heard or seen anything in your life that's in three? Or it could be at a faster tempo. Or slower tempo. I think we heard it's in three.
I think it's well.
Think so? Really? Skating. Stand still for about 10 seconds. Waves. You're on the beach. My heart friend is that. Sort of, not sort of.
They
Like
say
waves
that-
on the beach?
They say there's been research done that natural biorhythms of the heart are triplet based. And that sometimes if you're exposed to too much duple meter, it puts strain upon your heart. This is medical research stuff.
And the waves. Everybody do a wave.
Leave it to the drummer.
You know, I think almost anyone who wants technically to, if it makes you sway, I think you're subdividing into.
Yes.
Rollerblade.
In your life, have you ever heard, in your life, have you ever experienced or seen something or heard something that's in mixed meter? Now, we did 3 to 2, we did 5. There are many mixed meters. Can you think of anything out there that you have experienced or seen that is in a mixed meter?
Well, I can give you some more scientific research with breathing. It takes you 2 beats to breathe in and 3 beats to breathe out. And I know that for a fact, because I almost died. And they changed the rhythm of that to help you breathe again. And when they backwarded it, then I was able to breathe. Thank you.
Mixed meter, there we go. We did 2, we wrote 3. Anything else? All right, that's a tough one. And that'll happen. Sometimes no one has an answer for it. So what do we say? Listen. Go home this week, come back, see if you can hear something or see something that is in mixed meter. Because of course you're going to do mixed meter next week, right? Yeah. All right,
Way some people walk, you know. Some people walk, you know, tight. Some people walk, you know, gay.
And if we had time, we would do that. We would all walk. But we're going to go on a little bit, and I'd like you to only move on the accent. Only move on the accent. Can you move a different way?
They're all, yeah,
What's the 1 and 4? On the flat, I mean, all kinds of stuff.
I missed. Somewhere.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to, I'm going to put some music on some mixed meter. I'd like you to listen to it. I'm going to give you a yarn ball that you can pass between your hands on the accent. But when we're finished, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think about this question. What do you listen for to help you move to the mixed meter? What are you listening for to help you move that ball to the mixed meter? And just toss it on the accent.
She's good, we got her right in the head there. Okay. Anything else? Have we got one here?
Take your time and hold on to it.
We come from the fire, living in the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water, go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living on the mountain, come up to the mountain, show the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. So is life, 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 so is
A different way. And toss them into the basket on an accent. And go back and get your So anyway, I went through, actually the questions kind of led me through the lesson itself. So that is just a tip, find those questions in your curriculum guide, writing your lesson plans, and use them that way. That way you don't have to think so much about, oh, okay, am I doing the application, am I doing an organizational question? They're already written there for you.
Any questions for the three presenters?
What was that song? That is in Making Music, the Making Music series grade 4.
Thank you all very much. We need name tags, please, and if you want to leave them on, how about the